What is going on, everyone? Leon checking in, and we're at it again with another video. In today's video, we'll be covering an update on the Google Pixelbook Go and see how it's been holding up. Now for this Pixelbook Go, I'm using the 8th gen Intel Core i5 16GB version with 128 SSD. As always, we only feature products or services I buy, use, or am interested in. You can also find the Google Pixelbook Go on the Amazon storefront link in the description below. Don't have time to watch the whole video? We're now a podcast you can find on multiple platforms by searching for Pixels Cracked. And if you are listening to this on a podcast, you can find the more detailed video and YouTube channel by searching for Pixels Cracked as well. All things said, let's go ahead and get into it. So first we have durability, and the Pixelbook Go has held up very well from an appearance perspective. Of course, care is an important aspect of increasing durability, such as placing your device in a good sleeve like the Bellroy unit I have here. It's also important to use your device on clean surfaces. That being said, the lid has held up really well. It looks really nice, really clean. It looks as good as day one. Now when it comes to the underside of the Pixelbook Go, it has a rib design, and I was very cautiously optimistic about this at first because I didn't know how this would hold up. Now it's actually held up pretty well. It doesn't seem to have any visible wear or scratches, and that's a lot to be said because this doesn't have any serious protection. The only protection will be the rubber risers that run along the device. Now we do have a disappointment when it comes to the Pixelbook Go, and that will be the hinge crack. And this all randomly started one day. Now the Pixelbook Go already had a less premium feel compared to the previous model, which was the Pixelbook, and the hinge crack further emphasizes this. Now it's important to note that the lid still closes and opens properly. The touchscreen is also still fully functional with no signs of apparent damage. The display also looks as good as day one, and again, the touch interface works very well. Now one increasing problem I've had is with USB-C file transfer failing to work properly with my Pixel 5. So you can see when I unplug the USB-C cable here and then I plug it back in, we're going to have all those USB options highlight temporarily, but then they get grayed out, which means that I can't select file transfer / Android Auto. At first I thought this might be due to a bad USB-C cable, so I tried others. I've also tried performing updates on the Pixelbook Go, which normally happen automatically anyways, and they usually require a restart, so I don't have to manually restart. Searching for an alternative troubleshooting method, I also went into developer options on my Pixel 5 and tried changing USB settings. So needless to say, none of these solutions seem to fix the USB-C issue. I've also reported the problem, but it seems it hasn't been fixed. Now this is problematic and time consuming if you edit video on your Pixelbook Go like myself. It can take many attempts to get the file transfer option to highlight to transfer your clips to the Pixelbook Go for editing. Now it seems this issue is isolated to the Pixelbook Go, as USB-C file transfer works perfectly and consistently on Google's previous Chromebook, the Pixelbook. And then there is the lack of 2-in-1 functionality. Now the Pixelbook Go has a clamshell design, which makes it less practical for using the touchscreen. Now I'm hoping Google will release a Chromebook similar to the Pixelbook, which has a 2-in-1 design, which allows you to use it as a conventional laptop, but then also convert it into tablet mode. So in recent news, foldable phones are growing in popularity, and in my opinion, foldable anything is futuristic. Now when it comes to Chromebooks, I prefer a 2-in-1 device, which in my opinion is also considered a foldable. That being said, if you're looking for a Chromebook with similar specs to the Pixelbook Go, but you want a 2-in-1 design like the Pixelbook, I'd recommend the Asus Chromebook Flip CX5400. Now the CX5400 is not available yet, but should be releasing soon with a reasonable price. So that is it for today's video. If you enjoyed it and found it useful, please leave a like. If you're watching this on YouTube and have any questions or comments, as always, drop those down below and I'll do my best to answer them. Now there are 3 ways you can support the channel and podcast. The first way is to click on the Amazon storefront link found in the description below. There you'll find items that I have bought or I would like to buy, and anything you buy from the storefront does support the content. The next way you can support us is just by sharing this content with someone who might enjoy it or find it useful. And the last way you can show your support is just by clicking the subscribe or follow button. Now, liking and subscribing are important. Those are your ways to vote on whether you like the video or the podcast. Liking and subscribing are also important for new viewers and listeners. If new viewers and listeners see likes and subscribers, they're going to think that the content is helpful, worth watching, and listening to. So that is pretty much it. And until next time, Leon checking out.
You